It's 6 a.m., August 24th, 2009. This is WXYZ Channel 42 News, the news you can trust. It's time to wake up, Philadelphia.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dawn Fawning.
And I'm Jeff Jeffries. It's time to wake up, Philadelphia. In our headlines today, Philadelphia Mayor Michael Nutter continues to fight City Council over excessive spending, while council members continue to butt heads over the closures of libraries and firehouses.
In national news, town hall meetings across the country continue to result in all-out screaming matches. Healthcare debate really has the country stepping up and speaking its mind about President Barack Obama's healthcare reform initiatives. George W. Bush never caused this kind of controversy. Or if he did, we never reported it.
Speaking of healthcare, Michael Jackson's death has finally been ruled a homicide. We'll have reactions from the King of Pop's family later today, including an interview with Michael's semi-talented sister, LaToya. But first, Dawn, you know how Philadelphia has such a stigmatism of being so fat? Well, it seems that some people in the city are actually taking drastic measures to change that image.
That's right, Jeff. Keith Steely is in South Philly with a local business owner who has been heavily affected by these new measures. Keith?
Dawn and Jeff, I'm standing here at the corner of Harrison and Pike in South Philadelphia, where Big Boy's Biscuits may be opening its doors for the very last time. Now, the absence of bleached flour and lard in the air may come as a relief to some. Others have something of a gripe about it.
Yeah, I've been buying Big Boy's Biscuits for, as long as I can remember. I bring my kids down here for breakfast, before I put them on the bus to go to school. I don't really got time to cook, what with the shifts down at sanitation department and the Walmart. But, you can just imagine how much it costs to feed these little bastards, you know what I mean? So, I get a dozen of these biscuits for fewer than $20. Now, where else are you going to get that, huh?
Well, I think it blows, man.
Yeah, I think it blows, man. You know where we can get some more beer? 3 generations of hard work and dedication may come to an end today. The court see fit to close down Big Boy's Biscuits. This is mainly due to a recent rise in cardiac failure within a 4-block radius. I'm standing here with Big Boy's Biscuits' current proprietor, Tony Buffaloni.
Hey, relax. Everybody calls me Tony B.
Tony B's grandfather first opened the shop in 1943 after returning from Europe after World War II. Tell me, Tony B, how many Big Boy's Biscuits you make every day?
First of all, Keith, let me say how excited I am to finally meet you. Mama, she's a big, big fan. She'd be so proud, so proud, so proud.
Thanks, Tony B. I'm glad to be here.
Mama, she hasn't been able to get out of bed for the past 5 years. Could you maybe take her breakfast after you're done? Okay. To answer your question, Keith, we make 250 dozen Big Boy's Biscuits a day. We only sell 225 dozen Big Boy's Biscuits a day. But my grandfather, he always said that your quality is paramount, so I sample from each and every batch.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't both your father and grandfather die after suffering massive heart attacks?
That's just what your lawyers and your doctors and your so-called experts want you to think. I ain't talking about this no more.
Well, with so many of your regulars having been recently hospitalized, are you at all surprised that the magnifying glass is being placed over your family's establishment?
Damn right I'm surprised. For 60 years no one's complained. Why start now? This is Philly where we eat what we want to eat. I'm tired of these politicians and these vegetarian lesbians sticking their nose in my business. They better get their noses out of my business if they know what's good for them.
Just one more question, Tony B. This may be the last day that Big Boy's Biscuits is open for business. Tell me, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'm letting down the family, Keith. I'm sad and I'm frustrated and depressed and it's like I gotta eat all these Big Boys biscuits.
Well, there you have it. I wouldn't personally eat them, well, if they made a granola, whole grain, protein powder filling variety, but these Big Boys biscuits seem to make Big Boy Tony feel better. You feel better, Tony?
I guess. Mama's gonna be so proud.
This is Keith Seeley reporting for Channel 42 News in South Philadelphia. Back to you in the studio, Dawn.
Wow, big story, Keith.
Speaking of Big Dawn, maybe you should join me for my run after work. Looks like you've been enjoying a few of these on the way to work in the morning.
Well, at least my tan comes from the sun and not a spray can.
Well, at least I'm not going to end up with skin cancer, Dawn. Back to you.
Whoa, enough bickering, you two. You're like an old married couple. Speaking of skin cancer, Dawn, I can't get a bottle of sunscreen anywhere. This heat wave's taking a lot of us off guard.
That's right, Jeff. You know, I'm gonna hate my electrical bill next month. I've had the air conditioning on high all week and still I'm sweating through 3 blouses a day, you know what I mean? Let's go to Tanya Channel in the Channel 42 weather room to get some information on this week's heat wave. It sure is a hot one out there, Tanya. Tanya?
Can you believe? 1 week ago we were begging for that sun to peek through the clouds. Now Monday rolls around and whoo! Ladies, take your flat iron and your spray net to work with you today, because your dew is going to be stuck to your head by the time you get to the car. Oh, Dawn, I just want to cut these bangs right off.
Oh, I know what you mean, but think how ridiculous you look.
You're right. I'm putting down the scissors. But it's a hot one. Houston is at 96 degrees with 78% relative humidity. But Texas ain't got nothing on Philly. Today we are... Oh, my contact! Hold on. Got it! Today we are at 78 degrees out the door. Chase A. Man has his shades on. You're gonna need them too. You can count on some sun glare along the Schuylkill throughout your morning commute. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Shows no relief in sight, so keep yourselves hydrated. Today's high, 98 degrees. But take a look at our humidity. That raises that heat index up to 107. So stay inside in the cool air conditioning as much as you can. Tomorrow, not much better, 97. We have winds out of the southwest at 15 miles an hour. Now that is going to push some of that humidity through, but not much better throughout the weekend. It's going to remain muggy.
Tanya, what can you tell us about that baby?
Dawn, don't be ridiculous. The baby's parents emailed me that photo this morning. Did you think the baby washed up on shore by itself?
Well, I was just a little worried. Call it motherly
Chase,
concern.
help! What can we do to fight this humidity? I see you have your shades on. Be careful. It's going to be a real blinder out there.
Thanks, Tanya. I'm here down the shore with Janelle looking at fun ways to beat the heat this summer. What better way to beat the heat than by just wearing less clothing, huh, Janelle? Janelle has a great 80s inspired outfit that I love. This cami top and this bright red bold pop of color is fabulous, and pairing it with such a simple white shirt really lets it stand out. The eyelets and the lace, though, are a really nice detail that just make this shirt special, give it a unique touch. The best part of this outfit, though, and my favorite thing of the season, is this wide 80s belt in this silver lame metallic finish. It's fabulous. You have to go out and get yourself one.
I have a belt just like that at home.
Yeah, we all do. She's finished off this look with a pleather 80s micro mini that is so short and dangerous we can't even show it on morning television. But now let's go to somebody who doesn't remember the 80s because she was breastfeeding during them. Kelly, over to you in traffic.
Yeah, well, I may have been breastfeeding during the 80s, but don't forget who taught you how to Twitter. Looks like I just received a Twitter update from you. It says you're down the shore with Janelle. Like I wouldn't have known that. Okay, guys, if you've been following me all week, you can recall that the traffic on 76 and 676 eastbound has been terrible, and today's no exception. 76 blocked up from the Blue Route all the way down to the Walton Bridge, and then 676 jammed down to 95 and Ben Franklin. It seems like everyone took off this same hot July week and is heading to the shore. So if we look on the other side of the river, we see that the Atlantic City Expressway, the 42 Freeway, the Garden State Parkway, all jammed. I really don't think I've seen traffic conditions this bad in the whole 3 years I've been doing this. So stay home or stick with buses and trains, which are operating on schedule. Jeff?
Thanks, Kelly. You know, with Philadelphians returning from the shore and a lot of people returning to their classes from college, a lot of local businesses are really relieved after a not so profitable summer.
That's right, Jeff. This city becomes a real ghost town over the summer. It hurts a lot of folks here with so much money being spent so far away down the shore instead of home.
Well, that may be true, but there's one spot that hasn't missed out on attendance or spending, and that's Citizens Bank Park. Unbelievable game last night. It started with an inside the park home run and ended with an amazing unassisted triple play. Some people are saying this win came out of left field, and other people are saying the Mets just suck. With me on the phone right now is Charlie Manuel. Charlie, what did you think about yesterday's historic ending to the game?
Hi everybody, I'm Jason Kunstler.
Charlie? That wasn't Charlie. Charlie, you there? I'm sorry, folks. We're experiencing a little technical difficulty. Do we have Charlie now?
Hi everybody.
Charlie. You know what? We'll get to Charlie after the break. But until then, we're going to go to Jason Kunstman with our music in a minute. Jason, are you available for me?
Hi everybody, I'm Jason Kunstman and welcome to another edition of Music in a Minute. It's summertime and while most of you are splashing around, the music industry is previewing its big fall releases. Mariah Carey is no exception. Mariah releases her new single, Obsessed, and she's laid another turd on the soundscape of this excruciating auto-tune fare. Miss Carey points her daggers at controversial ex-lover Eminem, but mostly coos and croons over a pointless rhythm track. Mariah is just months away from 40, and not unlike the recent Benjamin Button film, seems to be aging in reverse, at least in her trampy, tacky clothing choices. The song was released in June and has yet to crack the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. For Mariah, perhaps the glitter is fading. Lady Gaga, however, has firmly entrenched herself in the top 40 on both sides of the Atlantic with her multi-million selling album, The Fame. Her numerous appearances throughout Europe this summer have shocked crowds, leaving one Finnish newscaster describe her as art with tastelessness. Watch for the new single, Paparazzi, soon to be exploding out of a sound system near you. This is Jason Kunstman with your Music in a Minute. Back to you, Jeff.
She's got to know nobody.